Inside the Queen's festive address lay a moment that shifted everything for Prince Harry, a quiet hint that exposed her true sentiments toward him, leaving him to wonder what had truly been said. Symbols have always held power in the royal family, and over time they've perfected the art of showcasing an unblemished image to the world. When it came to planning grand events, none could rival their knack for making every detail sparkle for the onlookers beyond the palace walls. That is why, when the Queen chose to leave out the photo of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and their newborn son Archie from her 2019 Christmas broadcast, experts knew it wasn't a mere mistake but a deliberate act loaded with meaning. For millions everywhere, the monarch's 3 p.m. address is as central to Christmas Day as the roast turkey, mince pies, or the thrill of unwrapping a gift. Ever since the speech first graced television screens in 1957, every single word and image had been carefully arranged, with family photographs positioned just so at her side or nearby on tables. Their role has always been clear, to silently signal her true thoughts on matters of heartfelt importance, and 2019 was no different. The hidden message behind the disappearance of the Sussexes was unmistakable. Royal insider Tina Brown even remarked that their image had been removed as subtly as one might erase a forgotten face from an old album. Although a wedding photo of Prince Harry and Meghan had graced the background the year before, December 2019 saw only those firmly in the line of succession make the cut. Charles and Camilla appeared in a commemorative photo celebrating the 50th anniversary of his investiture as Prince of Wales, while a group picture of Prince William's family also had its rightful place. There was even a snapshot of King George VI from 1944, along with an image of the Duke of Edinburgh from the Queen's personal collection, but not a single space for the spare. Renowned royal writer Christopher Anderson revealed in his December 2021 book, Brothers and Wives, Inside the Private Lives of William, Kate, Harry, and Meghan, that the Queen herself had ordered the Sussexes' picture to be taken down. He noted that a framed photo of them had once occupied a spot among other cherished family images on a desk. But moments before recording, she instructed the broadcast director to remove the picture, the one showing Harry and Meghan cradling their then 7-month-old son Archie. A source recounted that the Queen had scanned the carefully arranged photographs and pointed directly at the Sussex image, softly suggesting, "That one, I suppose we don't need that one." Even though the media later spun the Sussex omission as a logical move, part of the Queen's effort to project a streamlined monarchy, those in the know recognized it as a serious sign of looming discord. And according to Anderson, whose book draws on trusted sources cultivated over decades, this picture removal marked a turning point in Harry's bond with the firm. At that time, tensions between Harry and the family had already been simmering. The Sussexes had been voicing their discontent for a while, and after they separated their household from Williams in March 2019, they continued pushing for change. In October, Meghan gave a headline-making interview with a major broadcaster in South Africa, admitting that life had truly become a struggle. Behind closed doors, there were tough talks about their wish for a fresh, independent role within royal life. Yet perhaps nothing hurt the Queen more than when they opted to spend Christmas 2019 in Canada rather than joining the traditional family gathering at Sandringham. Bound by the age-old royal creed of never complaining or explaining, Queen Elizabeth II couldn't openly discuss these family matters with the public. It appears that rearranging the family photos on her desk for the Christmas message was her silent way of showing disapproval of her grandson's behavior. The 2019 speech became one of the most watched in years, arriving at a time when, besides Harry's open grievances with the royal family, the firm was still reeling from the fallout of Prince Andrew's scandal following his shocking interview about Jeffrey Epstein. In that broadcast, alongside Harry, the disgraced Andrew also failed to find a place in the photo display. After so many years of appearing effortlessly before the camera, that particular Christmas, commentators said, was the most painful and challenging one yet for the Queen. Not only did she have to face personal family heartaches, but she also had to acknowledge that Britain itself had been through a turbulent time, with a general election earlier that month reopening old Brexit wounds. Filmed in the music room at Windsor Castle, the broadcast was one of the more dramatically set scenes, complete with glistening mirrors, oil paintings, candelabras, and a perfectly sized Christmas tree adorned with golden lights and baubles. She spoke gently, small steps taken in faith and hope can mend long-held differences and deep-seated divides to bring about understanding. She continued, "The journey isn't always smooth, and this year may have felt bumpy at times, but even small steps can truly change everything." Those were the Queen's first public words hinting at the strife within her own family. Author Robert Lacey, in his bestseller Battle of Brothers, observed that in 2019 there wouldn't be any sign of Harry and Meghan, nor even a mention of the Sussex name, which was apparently reserved only for selling merchandise without the Queen's approval. Lacey pointed out that while the Queen warmly acknowledged the birth of Harry and Meghan's first child, she deliberately avoided using the name Sussex, choosing instead to say, "Prince Philip and I have been delighted to welcome our 8th great-grandchild into our family." According to Lacey, the Sussexes had been sidelined just as effectively as a disfavored figure might be erased from history. So, how did Harry feel when he watched that speech from Canada early on Christmas morning and realized he had been quietly pushed aside? By the accounts in Finding Freedom, a book by authors friendly to the Sussex perspective, the omission left him feeling that it was yet another clear sign they needed to forge their own way. And Anderson mentioned that even Prince William was taken aback upon noticing the missing photo, warning his wife that Harry would be utterly devastated by such a message. In a 2021 interview with a leading news outlet, Anderson revealed that Harry felt as if he was slowly being erased from the family, a strong signal from the Queen indeed. Later, in another conversation with a popular magazine, Anderson remarked, "It may seem subtle, but when someone removes you from the family picture, it's a powerful message indeed." Tina Brown, who once shared lunch with Princess Diana just weeks before her tragic passing, also believes that the Christmas photo snub was the final straw for Prince Harry. She later noted that if the Sussexes had any lingering doubts about their future, those vanished the moment they saw the Queen's 2019 Christmas address. With their own eyes, they recognized that they had been pushed to the fringes of the monarchy. Her Majesty had made her point during the speech, sometimes saying nothing spoke volumes. Brown added that William was reportedly shocked to see the Sussexes removed, predicting that Harry would soon erupt in anger. And sure enough, it seems that Prince Harry did indeed throw a fit. In early January, he and Meghan flew back to the UK from Canada after spending Christmas there, leaving behind their baby and 2 dogs. Perhaps it was clear to them already that their minds were set, because the very next day they issued a startling announcement declaring their intent to step back from their senior royal roles and shape a new future on their own terms. This bold decision compelled the Queen to call for a roundtable meeting with him and her other heirs, Charles and William, on January 13th to discuss the future of the monarchy. As the world's eyes fixated on the event, quickly dubbed by the media as the Sandringham Summit, a fleet of news vans and satellite dishes converged on the venue, hungry for every detail of this historic moment. It was during that gathering that it was officially confirmed that Harry and Meghan would be stepping down, leaving everyone to wonder if the clues had been there all along.